Hi, today we're going to be dealing with programming. I just want to reiterate, the purple button is for your mat or your B-body. That's the yoga mat looking thing, or the B-body. That's the systemic application. The programs are for your attachments, your spot, and your pad or the cummerbund looking thing. And that's the blue button. So the purple for the king, which is your systemic application or your B-body, and the blue for the attachments or your queen, which is localized applications, different places around your body, and they are, or the attachments are 3 times more powerful than the mat. Okay, so at the bottom of the home screen, it could be on either port, it makes no difference. We're gonna see the set button next to your arrows where you switch the ports. Down here, we're gonna push set. Okay, when you push set, you're gonna have 6 buttons that come up: volume, brightness, and time. I'm hoping that you already set those per your preferences, given the Cindy Sawyer video that shows unpacking your Beamer box when it first arrived. Okay, so we're gonna go to the first button on the second row at editor, and that's where we're gonna do our programming. I do wanna say something about this, these next 2 buttons, just so you know what they are. The high, if you push it, it goes low. That deals only with your B-body or the mat. I'm sorry, that deals only with the attachments, not the B-body or the mat. The B-body and the mat is on low already, but these attachments are 3 times more powerful than the mat or the B-body. And when you push the low button, it makes your attachments the same as your mat. So why would you want to do that? You would do that if you are working on a very compromised system like my mother's, and the attachments being 3 times more powerful are just too much for the person. So then you would make these a lower setting, or micro Tesla. I'm not going to go through all that because it's a little complicated, but so you would just make them the same as the mat, and everything is at that lower setting. So I keep it at the higher setting. I don't have an issue with the higher settings. On the info button, you can always check, especially if you have rentals, you can see how much people use them. This is just showing your ports on A1 and A2. And you can see that I've got over almost 1,200 hours on my A1 and over 1,200 hours on my A2 port. So, you know, this machine's been around a while. It's had almost no issues whatsoever. I have gotten a few extra covers for my pad that have worn out. But other than that, it's been flaming. Okay, so I'm gonna push OK here. And I'm gonna go back to my editor. Okay, so you can see P1, P2, P3 are darkened. They come pre-programmed, as I've said, by Beamer. You cannot alter or change those programs. 4 through 12 are yours to play with. You can make any programs however you want. We're gonna go first to 4. And as you can see, this is a very gentle program. I've got this pre-programmed, but it's 1, 1, 2, 3. And this is a more gentle program if you want to use this on the brain. I used this on my mother, who was 97. I didn't use program 1 that goes up to a level 4. So, you know, I use that on myself every day, but I don't use that. I didn't use that on my mother. She couldn't take it. It was too much. If I even put her on a level 4 systemically, even at the most gentle on the mat rate level, she would sleep all day. So she never ever got off of a level 3. I just cycled on her at age 97 and 98 between levels 1 and 3. I would go level 1 for a week, level 2 for a week, level 3, then back to level 1, level 2, level 3, then back to level 1, level 2, level 3. So that's what I just did on her. Occasionally I would try to go to level 4, and then of course she kept sleeping all day. It was just too much for her. So if you ever go to a higher level and you don't feel good, you need to drop back down to the lower level or start again at level 1 or go all the way back to level 3 if you're cycling between levels 3 and 6. Don't force your body to take a higher detox or intensity level than it's willing to go. Anytime this flashes off, once it's warmed up, you just push it, it comes right back. Okay, so we're gonna just go back down. I'm gonna take this all down so my screen looks like yours. You can see how easy this is to do. So I'm gonna go back to the first 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna put this up to a level 1. Then I'm gonna push this right arrow over, go up to a level 1, push the right level arrow over, go up 1, 2, then I'm gonna push it over and now go up 1, 2, 3. You can see that the plus sign has been taken off because I'm using it primarily on the brain. Make sure you take it off and it's not showing at the top. Push save. We're done with 4. Go to 5. 5, you can see it's gradual from 1 until 6. It's over a 12-minute period. You're just going to go up 1. I'm going to take it back down, go over. Now you're going to go up 2, 1, 2, then go over. I'm going to take mine back down so it should look like on 2. Then go up 1, 2, 3, push 1, 2, 3, go over. Now go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Now go over. Now go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then go over. Now go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then done. I am going to leave the plus sign on this. I just like this a lot for digestion. It's really great. I'm sorry if you your buttons aren't pushing as quick as mine are. So sometimes it takes it a moment for you to get used to the pushing and all of that. So you might be moving a little slower. Just stop the video and wait till you catch up. Push save. We're going to go to 6. This is an easy video program as well. It just goes from 1 until 8. So we're just going to go 1 and then go over, go up 2, 1, 2, go over, go up 3, 1, 2, 3, go over, go up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, then go over, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, then go over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, then go over, go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then go over. So I'm going to leave the plus on. This is a 16-minute program from 1 until 8. This I like to use on my lungs. It's really great for that. Also, people that have different kind of lung issues. I'm really not allowed to say them, but sometimes where you can't get your breath or other things that might be more serious, upper respiratory things, that kind of thing. It's a great program for that. I am going to push save and now go. I'm going to let your 7 and 9 be open for you. We're going to go to 8 and I'm going to tell you why. So level 1 or the first 2 minutes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to go over. The second 2 minutes is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you just go 8 times. We're going to go over. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then go over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then go over. I'm going to leave the plus on, but you can, and I'm going to push save. But just so that you know, even if you've programmed it without the plus, you can still add the plus if you want it. Or if it's a program and you decide you don't want the plus that day because it's past 1 p.m. in the afternoon, you can always take it off. So just because you've programmed it or not programmed it with plus doesn't mean that when you're actually using the programs that you can't change it. Now, the thing I want to say about program 8 is this is the upper frequencies for discomfort. If you're having discomfort in an area, your shoulder, your knee, your ankle, but it's not like program 3, which I'm assuming we've already looked at that on another video. We're going to go back. Let's look at it real quick so you can just stay where you are. Just look at my screen. I'm going to go back, come back out to programs. So now they're bright blue, which means I can push them. I'm going to push a 3. You can see it goes from 6 until 10. It's a 20-minute program. It's great if you're sitting working at your desk, if you're reading the paper, you're on your iPad. They don't like you to use your technology while you're on the beamer because it's going to de-stress you from all that influence of technology pollution, and it's going to return your body back to the electromagnetic frequency of the earth, which is very healthy. So it's good not to use your technology, but even if you are, and you're just know you're going to be sitting there for a while, this is a great 20-minute program. Or if you're just in pain or in discomfort, you know, and you're really hurting, it's a great program for that. But let's say you don't have 20 minutes. So I'm going to go back. I'm just pushing the back button. I'm going to go all the way back out to the home screen. We're going to go back to set, and we're going to go back to editor. So I've just pushed 8, and I've just set this from 7 until 10, but it's only 8 minutes. So it's actually my fast 3. I don't have 20 minutes. I only have 8 minutes, but I want to vary the frequencies. I want to put a symphony more on this tissue than just keeping it, say, I'm going to go back out again. You just stay where you are. I'm going to go to the purple button or just the plain level intensity button. So let's say if I'm in really extreme discomfort and I'm really hurting, I might want to go to a 10. So that's a 10. So it's just the violin. It's just the trumpet. And that's fine once or twice, 3 times. And you can get addicted to it, but please don't. This is showing the mat, which you would never use on that unless you're a professional athlete or an Olympic athlete. That would be for them that have been in tremendous training and now it's pre-game or pre a lift. If you're a weightlifter, there's different ways in which to use the beamer. If you are an athlete, we might do a separate video on that for athletes, but not you. So I'm just showing you that, you know, you can go to a 10 on any port at any time. And that would be for your attachments. Once again, that's 8 minutes. But your tissue can get used to that frequency and you don't want it to. So that's when you go back to your programs and you would go to an 8 and you're varying the frequency. You're putting the symphony on it. You're doing the violin, the trumpet, the harp, and the piano. So I don't know, I'm making stuff up here. But you know, you're putting a symphony on that. So that's going to be really healthy for the tissue. You're rebooting the tissue. You're regenerating it because you're mixing the frequencies and the tissue gets a lot happier than just the same instrument every day over and over and over again. So if you do that a little bit and you're on, say, just an 8 or just a 9 or maybe a 6 in a particular area and you're doing that day after day, make sure you go into a program where you're mixing it on that so that you can just give it a break, reboot it, help the tissue to regenerate. Okay, hope that made sense. If not, you can call me and talk to me personally about that always, or to your distributor. The other one I'm going to give you is the power nap. Okay, so it goes from 3 until 1. It's a 20-minute program. You're taking a nap. Okay, so let's go back and set it. I'm going to push the back button here. We're going to go back. We're going to go back to set. You're just setting this for the first time. Editor. We're going to go to 12. So you're going to go up 1, 2, 3. The first 2 minutes, go over on the button. You're going to go up 1, 2. Now you're going to go over. You're going to go up 1, over, 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 all the way for 20 minutes. I take the plus sign off and I push save. Now the reason, I'm going to go back, stay where you are. I'm just going to go all the way back out. We're going to go to programs, look at 12 again. So the reason why you do that, and this is the only time that I cross over, and I will allow myself to use that on the mat. So this is where you can use programs on the mat. I don't know if this is approved by the actual corporate headquarters. You'd have to call and write Dr. Burka or that, but I have found in my own healthcare practice that this works really well. Usually the first 3 frequencies are considered to be a parasympathetic nervous system. So I go 3, 2, 1. So if you're in high stress anxiety, if you're working, if you even don't have enough energy, it's mid-afternoon, you're getting a slump of a break, you need to just take a 20-minute power nap. This is going to take you out. You are going to have a lovely little doze. 3, 2, 1 for 20 minutes, no plus, because usually when you are tired, it's mid-afternoon, morning, you're at your best. So I know that you're not going to want to use the plus in mid-afternoon. If you want to add it, if it's New Year's Eve, you're going to be out late, you're going to need that extra energy because you're not coming home till 1 or 2 in the morning, by all means, add the plus. If you're really droopy and the plus does not affect you, some people it doesn't, by all means, add the plus. Okay, and then you're going to push start. Okay, so that's your power nap, and you're going to just lie down and chill out for 20 minutes. It's going to go doo-doo-doo. It'll wake you up, and boom, you're ready to go. And I have to admit, sometimes I have an extra 20 minutes. I might push it again and go, 40 minutes on the power nap. And, you don't need this to reboot your blood flow. Your blood flow is, it holds in the morning with the plus for 16 hours and without the plus for 12 hours. So it's, you only really have to do the mat 2 times a day for 8 minutes because it holds in the blood and it is accumulative. But this is just an extra boost. It's really a lovely setting. I'm just letting you know. It's also great for athletes to clean out the lactic acid after a game, after a run, after a golf match. It just cleans out all that lactic acid, metabolic waste in the cells. It's a really lovely thing to do when you get home or after a game or an event, marathon run, whatever. It's good for athletes. But let's say you don't have 20 minutes. I'm going to go all the way back to my set, excuse me, not to my programs, to my set. Go back to editor. I'm going to program 11, and I'm going to let this be my fast 12. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3 on the first 2 minutes. Then I'm going to go over, up 1, 2, then go over. Oops. Go over, up 1, go over, then up 1, and then we're done. So that's just an 8-minute program. You could even do 6, 3, 2, 1. It's just a quick metabolic waste cleaner out. If you're an athlete, you don't have 20 minutes, or you don't have 20 minutes for a nap, but you're really high stress. You want to switch your system from that sympathetic fight or flight nervous system to a parasympathetic. This is usually just going to take you into a parasympathetic mode. If it doesn't, you may need to go to the power nap, which is that 20-minute, gives it a little bit more time to adjust and switch. But I'm pushing save here. I'm going to go all the way back out. So we're just going to look at programs here for a minute. So the ones that I've just shown you are 4, 5, and 6, 8, 11, and 12. So 8, remember, just the upper frequencies. I'm going to go back. That's your fast 3. If you don't have 20 minutes. Okay, I'm going back. 12 is your power nap, where you can use the programs on the mat, according to me. This is, a lot of people do this. Sometimes they just go 1 for 20 minutes. They don't do the 3, 2, 1. I like the 3, 2, 1. You don't have, let's say you don't have 20 minutes. So 11 is your fast 12. I hope I'm making sense here. Okay. So that's programming. I'm going to go all the way back out. Once again, your programs are your queen. They go all over. They can, your attachments can cross over and just do in level intensities, just do one instrument in the symphony, or they can just do the programs, which is healthier for the tissue. But those are your queen. Your mat or your bee body is your king, or the purple, and it's just one instrument. It's got a more limited range of motion, just like the king does on the chessboard. It can only move one square at a time in either direction, but it's the name of the game. So this is just, make sure you're using level intensity correctly and your blue queen button correctly. Repeat this video if you need to. Call me if you need to. I'm always happy to help you clarify. Also, your own distributors will help you clarify. There is that one crossover on the mat, which would be the power nap, either 11 or the fast power nap, or 12, excuse me, or the fast power nap, which would be 11. That's more if you're an athlete and you just need a quick cleaner outer, or you've just come back from a golf game, even if you're not an athlete, you know, a young athlete, but, you know, an older, but still in robust health, you want to clean out after a tennis game or whatever. If you're not really actively working out, I definitely, come back, I would definitely not go over 6. They do not recommend that on Beamer unless you are an athlete, a professional athlete, Olympic athlete, a collegiate athlete, where you're really working out several hours a day. Just so that you know, even on 1 for older elderly people, I have heard this statistic that the Beamer is, well, this is in PubMed, it's putting in anywhere from 28 to 32% more oxygen into the cell. And after an 8-minute session, it's equivalent to 5.5 hours of cardio. So for an older person, it really, you know, helps you a lot as far as getting all that oxygen into your cells, all the micronutrients into your cell, and all that waste removal. So anyway, I'm sure you've talked to your distributor about that, and that's the reason why you even bought your Beamer to begin with. But I'm going to come back out. That's enough. Thank you so much. That's programming.